All right. Hello, everybody. We're live. Good to be live. Um, yeah, we're gonna build Mega Sharpedo today. Obviously with speed boost. And yeah, I'm excited to get into this. This Pokemon is it's pretty interesting and there are a lot of directions you could take it. And I'm not quite sure yet which one we're actually going to go with, but I think it should be a lot of fun either way. So the first thing, nature, right? Like I really want to go greedy with adamant, but at the same time, like a speed tier of like 329 would be really nice for it coming in multiple times. So we can see. Let's just get the set details down first. Nature, either adamant, jolly, or mixed nature. I could see all those working. Um, but Patrick Daly, welcome. Glad you're able to join for a little bit. So let's talk moves. I saw some comments in chat that shocked me, to be honest. Guys, first of all, someone said Sharpedo doesn't need SD. If this Pokemon got Swords Dance, oh my god, I would so run it. This Pokemon would love to have Swords Dance. So let's get that straight. This thing would love nothing more than to have Swords Dance. Secondly, as it does not have Swords Dance, what is it? Someone else said Sol behind screens, not really. I don't think so. It can't. If it could set up, I'd absolutely put it behind screens. Someone that asked if I would run. Oh, Chicken Sandwich Gaming said, I wonder if he's going to use the Protect before Mega Evolving to get the Speed Boost tech. Yeah, that's more than a tech. That's like how this Pokemon works. So yeah, let's go with some moves. The one you always run is Crunch. If you don't run Crunch, you're literally, you're terrible, and you should never use Mega Sharpedo again, and you should be ashamed of yourself, frankly. So yeah, Crunch should be on all of them. Psychic Fang should be on almost all of them. It doesn't get any water type biting moves, right? I don't think it does. Flip Turn does not seem great on this guy. I wish, imagine if Super Fang got doubled by, Strong Jaw. That'd be pretty cracked. Or 1.5 and did, 75% every time. That'd be pretty cracked. Yeah, I think Water, Physical. Probably Waterfall better than Liquidation, given how fast Sharpedo is. So probably Waterfall. We'll have Aqua Jet, but somewhere down here. I think Ice Beam is absolutely worth considering as well. And probably Hidden Power Fire. And does this thing get Close Combat? I think it does. Yeah. And Close Combat, I think, is worth considering as well. And I'd say probably Protect would go here, maybe even above Psychic Fangs. I think Protect is really, really good on this thing. You want to be running that. Special, I mean, Sharpedo can run special sets pretty well on normal Sharpedo, but if you're going to Mega Evolve, you absolutely want to use physical sets, without a doubt. Yeah, if this thing got Vicious Rend, this Sharpedo would be a problem. I guess, is there other we could consider Destiny Bond Cheese. Probably better than Aqua Jet. There's always Destiny Bond Cheese. Alright, there is Ice Fang. I kind of like that the Ice Beam has no contact. That is part of the appeal. So we'd probably go Ice Beam before we'd go Ice Fang, but I can take a look at some calcs and see how it ends up being. But, you know, Landorus, you get intimidated, Zapdos switch in, all that kind of stuff you kind of want Ice Fang for. Refresh is wild. Yeah, this Pokemon gets a lot of moves that are pretty good, but you're just not ever going to run. Earthquake, you probably should consider that as well. Okay, so let's think about this. Crunch, Psychic Fang, CC. I feel like we kind of want CC looking at this tier. It's like Aatrot's around. I mean, let's check the Natex usage stats. Let's check the Natex usage stats. So, but then like Gliscor. How much are we doing to a freaking Gliscor? Because that Pokemon irritates me, dude. Ooh, Alomomola does not care. You got to defense drop that guy. Oh, that's an Abomasnow. Okay, Alomomola. Did that not care exactly the same amount? Pretty much. Cares slightly more than a Fizdef Abomasnow. It does get Scald, yeah, but Scald doesn't really fit on Sharpedo. Let's check in on Gliscor. Yeah, like you're not. That's a Spidaf. That's like actually pathetic. How much is Ice Beam doing? Oh, that hurts to see. That hurts to see. How much is Great Tusk taking from a Psychic Fangs? That's well, that's not terrible, I guess. It's like plus attack, minus, sure. I'll go with Naughty. Yeah, I mean, the Ice Beam's not doing that much better to Tusk. Or Shifu Rapid Strike is a big one for which we want Psychic Fangs. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want that for that guy. It's seeming like the set's just going to be what they have here. Crunch, Psychic Fang, CC. That seems like the bet. With Protect, of course. You gotta have Protect. No, I haven't reacted to Mega Hawlucha. It doesn't look that cool. Honestly, it kind of looks like just like Hawlucha with a few extra things added. I wasn't like thrilled. Doesn't seem bad, but I was not excited by Mega Hawlucha. I also just given Unburden is so strong on it. Like I don't really love, or I don't think a Mega would do a whole ton. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, at the moment, not super optimistic. But okay, looking at the tier, I think the set has absolutely got to be Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Close Combat. I mean, this to me, this seems like a no-brainer. The difference, what I'm really between is just Jolly or Adamant. Like, do we want this to be outspeeding Zard, basically? But I'm inclined to say Adamant. We can check Ice Fang on Gliscor really quickly, but I don't think it's going to change anything. Let's replace it for this. Ice Fang. Okay, actually, wow, yeah. That's Strong Jaw putting in a lot of work there. So, but like Fizdef is, I think, surviving. That's really good damage that I'm surprised to see. How much is like a Zapdos taking? Yeah, Zapdos getting a 2-shot, but it probably dies to Crunch too. So like, Yeah, I don't think just for Gliscor it's worth running Ice Fang, and that's what we'd be doing it for, would be just for Gliscor. Roar, Toxic, Flip Turn, Scald, Stall, Mega Sharpedo. Yep, that's the plan. Yeah, these new Megas, I mean, if you look at something like this Sharpedo, or like Banette, I think is the best Mega, like, ever. But yeah, so many of the old Megas were just kind of cool. These new ones, I don't know. They've only revealed 3, so I'm sure some of them will be cool, but I'm hoping they, like, pull out some cool ones soon, because so far they have not been cool, in my opinion, for the most part. But yeah, okay. We don't even have Water Step. Does outspeeding Zard matter? Well, first of all, a ton of things are in that speed tier. Secondly, look how much Crunch does. Yeah. Now, it wouldn't do that much if we were Jolly, but, you know, it's still going to do almost 100. Oh, we cannot survive a Thunderclap, bro. No. No. Yeah. Thunderclap is doing... Oh, that's with Photosynthesis, but yeah. Raging Bolt with no boosts at all is doing a minimum of 140 to our Sharpedo. I mean, we'd be adamant, but like, yeah, no. Thunderclap, we're absolutely dying in one hit. You're not... In no world are you surviving a Thunderclap. That's not what Sharpedo's here to do. So the other concern is Scarf Lele can outspeed this. Scarf or Shifu can come and outspeed this. So it's very real possibility that we might switch this to Jolly. Someone said the new Megas look more like regional forms. Yeah, they just didn't change that much. Except for, well, Victory Bell got a lot of changes. But that just... It was fine. It was fine. Okay. So now what team do we want this on? So, Sharpedo is... Okay, let's talk about it. Sharpedo is... Is it inconsistent? I think yes, but I'm not certain on that claim. Yeah, I'm not certain on that claim. I do like the idea of pairing Sharpedo with Lele. Because that gives you, you know, the Psychic Fangs boost and the priority immunity, which can be good for Sharpedo. We'll get that on the possible partners list. That's a classic. Tapu Lele. It's classic Sharpedo friend. I think it's good versus offense. Good versus fat. Bad versus balance. I think it's the middle archetypes that it's really bad against. And some fat, I'd say. The other thing is it's kind of one-time use. Unless really fat teams. But I think it's kind of mostly a one-time use Pokemon. Does it live +2 Sucker from Gambit? I doubt it. Oh, actually, no, we do. Hold up. Yeah, no, you live +2. Yeah, like max allies fainted now, but... Well, 50%. A lot of them run black glasses, though. So say it's like, let's say like 3 allies fainted. Yeah, you can't count on living King Gambit Sucker Punches at +2, actually. That's not great. You are absolutely killing with close combat, though. That's for darn sure. Priority week, just bust a tap. But like, you use a turn on Protect, and then Lele only has 5 turns originally, and it's not worth running Extender over. So, web support? Bro, it has speed boost. No. I mean, like, no. There are so much better Pokemon for webs. Like, yes, everything appreciates webs, but that doesn't mean you should put webs with everything. So I think, yeah, I think this should be, I think it's got to be offense or hyper offense. I don't think anything else can work here. I don't think anything else can work. Also, some good news on the laddering front. Also, guys, remember to like the stream, helps out a lot. We're doing pretty well for this early in. Let's get the party pumping. Nat Dex. We are actually like pretty high. Yeah, like 1800s because of the Iron Hands doing so well. CC is not just for Gambit. It is for Tinglu, Gambit, Pharaoh, Hisuian Samurott, Kartana, Melmetal. That's it. But yeah, it hits a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I still do kind of like the idea of Lele support. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like I feel like I maybe like the idea of Z Future Sight. Because I think that set's kind of nasty on hyper offense because it's so good at breaking stall, and that Future Sight can just put such immense pressure on the opponent's team. I have not done Mega Chomp yet. It is absolutely in the books to happen. I want to wait till I feel inspired, you know? I was feeling Mega Sharpedo today. I don't know why. Yeah. I do think we go with hyper offense here. Augustin Campoy says, bro, I want to tell you that you reignited my joy for playing Pokemon with your explanations. I even started to play again. You do a really good job. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Also, yeah, guys, we recently hit 20K, so moving up in the world. Thank you so much for the support. It's been, this channel's bigger than I ever thought it would be. So really, thank you so much. It's been incredible. You know, the other thing is a lot of people will try to revenge Sharpedo with priority, and then you can switch into Lele. So yeah, I kind of want to run Lele here. I feel like this starts us off on a good, strong place for this hyper offense. Lele just works so well with Sharpedo. We don't necessarily have to go Psychium, but I hate stall, so. At the same time, maybe you don't want to go Lele because you want to run a Kingambit. We could run both, of course. But I feel like Kingambit, Sharpedo, HO makes a ton of sense too. Just for the obvious reason that you can kind of chip down Tusk and stuff like that. Chicken Sandwich Gaming, yes. Dragology stream probably happening soon. I've got a Randbats tour this Saturday, so unfortunately not this Saturday, but probably next. Gene Grodsky got a second place in a small OU tournament. I'm very glad to hear that. That's awesome. Congratulations. Would Z-Lando work? Possibly. Yeah. We could put them both on a team is the other thing too. I kind of see this like maybe being a potential dark spam sort of angle. Bill needs a spinner for sure. Why? I mean, probably because it's a team, and most teams, especially most HO, do use spinners, but like I wouldn't say it's super hard necessity. I guess, no, well, we are looking very weak to toxic spikes, so that is a concern. Problem is there really aren't that many great poison types to put on a hyper offense team. Scolipede, double speed boost. It's freaking time. Let's do it. Average Tusk in there? No, I'm using a great Tusk. Dust Talks, wow. Doesn't get Quiver Dance. Oh, that's kind of cool. We're not using this. I just I just like to, I just check in on Dustox occasionally, see how they're doing. How much does Psychic Fangs do to Tusk in terrain? Probably not that much. Like, I don't think it's killing. It gives you a chance to kill like a no defense Tusk, but that's not really a huge reason. Hmm. Thing is, Mega Sharpedo kind of can deal really significant damage to everything. Like, nothing is really walling it, except, like... Oh, hey, it's basically just Fizdef, Zapdos, and Fizdef Moltres, really, because those switch in and are really irritating. I think something very crucial about Sharpedo is hazards, because they know you have to protect to get your speed. So I think if you don't have hazards to take advantage of that, that's pretty bad. Hmm. Yeah, we're not relying on terrain. We have 5 turns of terrain with Lele, but generally HO teams don't like running defog. They prefer spin or nothing. I think... Also, this is not a meme. I am trying to make Sharpedo legitimately work. We've used worse megas. We used Absol. Remember that, guys? I don't... Why do we need a water stab? I'm not understanding the attachment to this. Like, yeah, I would hit Landorus, and that's pretty much it. I guess Gliscor. Like, a water stab doesn't sound bad, don't get me wrong, but I don't think we need it all that much. See, Patrick, the problem with the vision of Sharpedo switching in and out is that you really only bring it in once because of that speed boost. So Sharpedo is not an in and out Pokemon. It needs to do big stuff the first time it comes in. Adam A, we'll probably have Pokemon on here at some point. I can reach out and see if he'd be down. Yeah, I think knockoff. I think this needs to be a knockoff hazard stack, HO. We need a knockoff hazard stack hyper offense. I think that's what it's got to be. I could see Ogerpon working. Maybe not SD plus spikes, but... Mm-hmm. We definitely need a spinner. Not sure what it would be. Definitely Goldengo is very possible here. Probably Z if we were to go for that, just to keep those hazards on the field. I think we can play Sharpedo one of 2 ways. Probably we want to knock some stuff before it comes in. You know, but the alternate is you can kind of let the Sharpedo come in, do some whatever damage, and then sweep in the end game with like a Kingambit or something. Yeah, Smoke Sniper. We might add an H-Rot as well. We could do... Fill the team with anti-Sharpedo stuff. Hard counter the stuff that counters Sharpedo. So here's the problem with that, guys. And this is something I see a lot of people get wrong. When they build, they're like, okay, Sharpedo hates Moltres and Zapdos, so let me put on a Raging Bolt. Right? Seems good. But what happens when a Moltres or Zapdos is in on a Raging Bolt? They switch. They're out of there. They're gone. They don't want that. So then you've just got 2 Pokemon that do totally different things. What we want to more so do is counter the teams, because that's the one other thing. Sharpedo, sometimes you can kind of force chip on their counters, but Sharpedo is such a one-time Pokemon, it can't be coming in multiple times and slowly chipping stuff down. So when its threats are birds like that, what we'd rather do is just answer the type of teams that typically run defensive Zapdos and Moltres, which in this case is like, say, a Psychium Lele, because those Pokemon are typically on more balanced builds, which this Lele will destroy. So that's kind of the way we want to think about this, is in terms of archetypes, because Sharpedo is good against offense, but not so good against, you know, the more balanced archetypes. Let's check some spikes. Yeah, I could see Ogerpon being good here. Gives us some good immediate speed. Not super speedy, but it helps in that. Hmm. Let's say we did this. Let's say we did this. We go Ogerpon. Would it be a Landorus lead? We could do a Landorus lead. Let's say we did. And then what would we have? I think we need a spinner at that point. So from there, probably just Terapagos or Tusk. Well, we could also go just spin and get rid of the Lando and go with like a lead Tusk. But I think we want it to be separate. Probably Terapagos or Tusk. I think I like the look of the Terapagos one a little bit better. Hmm. What would the last be here? I think probably we don't really have anything fast is the thing. I don't really want to count on like Ogerpon. So I think we need some priority as well though. Let's see. What's something that could help us here? Ival's not bad. Hmm. Okay. Let's go with an Ival. Booster speed. And I think we want to go on the physical side with this. Working toward what Sharpedo did. Probably like SDCC knockoff. Ice Punch. My concern, we don't have priority. That worries me. Let's just give this a go and see how it plays. Sometimes you just gotta like run a game and just see how the Sharpedo. We don't have a ghost type. I don't love that either. Let's go Goldango on this one then. Do we want to go Steelium? Let's go Steelium. I think that, well, Ghostium is just so good though. Let's do that. Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, make it rain. Heck yeah. Modest, because we're greedy like that. That's right. Spikes, Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip, knockoff seems good. Let's go with just Sash Lead, SR, EQ, Taunt, Explosion seems pretty good. Yep, Speedy works there. I guess we got a Terapagos. Do we need to taunt? Maybe we don't have to taunt. We can go Smackdown or SD could be good. Let's do that. I'm not quite sure how our stall breaking will go, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm really not sure about this, guys, but I think it's worth a try. I don't think we forgot anything major. Like Zard Y looks pretty rough, but Raging Bolt looks pretty bad. Especially without Lele, it's a nightmare. That's a certified problem. Maybe we go this. Maybe we go... No, that doesn't work. Any other ghost types that are real other than gold? Not really, right? Yeah, it's pretty much just gold. Yeah, I don't know why you guys thought terrain was such a huge part of the team. It's 5 turns and it gives a 1.3 times boost to one of Sharpedo's moves. Like, I think people get way too hung up on terrain when building. Like, Lele's good. We might bring it back, but it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. But if we're not going to have Lele, we ought to have more priority on here. I don't know. Maybe we're not as bad. Let's try. Well, that leaves us without a flying resist. Let's just try it anyway. CM Psyshock, sure. Let's go with this. Yeah, I just want to see. I want to just see how this Pokemon plays for a little bit, and we can kind of revise the team. This is like a pretty just not a lot going on AHO, but that's okay. We can take away the name because Raging Bolt is not too big of a problem now. HF. All right, Moltres immediately. Good. Gonna get a good test in. That's what that means. And Calcdex is thankfully active now. Let's lead Lando. I think that's pretty simple here. Let's do this. We can go boom soon. Yeah, I'm gonna let it rip. I think just letting it rip here seems perfectly fine. Hopefully they don't switch. They switch immediately. That's unfortunate. You can go Ogerpon though. Nothing really wants to take an Ivy Cudgel here. Okay, in comes Gambit. I'm going to hit it again. Okay, it unfortunately suckered. I didn't think it would there, but it did. So be it. Lele looking great here. Pretty sure Treads dies. Let's calc that Treads damage. That Lando boom on Treads did 39, and Treads with no investment takes 37. And that was minimum. So that's a bulky Treads. Good to know. We probably... No, I'm going to preserve. Let's go Lele here. Okay, good. We get CC'd. Although that damage indicates... Oh, that's banded. Yep, that's banded. So I think I CM here as the Treads comes in, and then we can hit it with the... Okay, this works too. Problem is, the Treads will get to spin if we use the... But getting that killed is going to be great. But rocks. Rocks are good for the D-Knight. And I'm pretty sure that D-Knight's not boot. There's no way you run a Treads, and yeah, no. Lele, Psyshock can do a really darn good chunk here. I think we Psyshock and we don't burn the big one. Okay, it's gonna just U-turn. Let's see what they go into here. That's really good chip. Ival's looking awesome now. Diancie. Okay. How much are we doing with Sharpedo to a Mega Diancie? We need Psychic Terrain to get that kill, though, so we can't get excited about that calc, unfortunately. How much is iVal doing? 68% chance to kill, but a lot of them... Oh, that's a minus defense, though, so that's probably... We can't be that optimistic, likely. Could go Terrapagos. This is 1 point in favor of the shark with the fighting move. Yeah, we could go Terrapagos. How much is Terrapagos doing if it comes in? Why do you give me this little turtle that it's just not going to be for like at any time at all? Like, no, there's no way it does that much. We can probably rapid spin, like double Ice Beam, get it really low, and then probably go Sharpedo from there. Seems pretty good. How much is Sharpedo doing to treads? Oh, we can CC the treads, so we're probably fine there. What is the most valuable? I think I'll keep the Lele around. And I think I'll let the Ogre go here. Okay. So let's now go into this, and we're just going to rapid spin to start. If we get Moonblast dropped immediately, that'd be unfortunate. Okay, they're giving us... Okay, unfortunately, we do get burned, so there goes our Terra Shell. Obviously, that's irritating. What are you going to do? Nothing. You're not going to do anything about that. We actually don't necessarily guaranteed kill the Moltres here. Actually, we don't kill the Moltres straight up, apparently. But, yeah, we can just Ice Beam here. Oh, they're going to... Treads there is crazy. I was thinking we don't want a Flamethrower because we don't want to reveal we have it for the Treads, but I guess they were confident. Okay, they should not have switched there. Based on that Ice Beam, they would have lived the Flamethrower with their Treads. So, huge throw by our opponent. No idea why they did that. They are... Wait, they're really high on ladder. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, critical hit. That might have mattered. Based on the Ice Beam calc, that may have... That was a roll, so that's nice. Yeah, I have no idea what our opponent was doing. I'm confused by the way they're playing this. Okay, we critical hit that too. We're getting... I mean, I don't think that necessarily mattered much. I feel like we were probably going to win this anyway, but this definitely not good luck for our opponent. Heavy Slam is the choice. Okay. I think Sharpedo is our best bet here. We can just Tect. How much is a Heavy Slam doing? 289. Well, max speed Jolly D-Knight is 284, so we never need more speed. So we're fine here to just Psychic Fangs. Yep, there's the no boots. And we just kill outright. GG. Okay, we beat one of the I don't know what they were doing in that endgame. That was so weird. Maybe like stream nerves or something, because they were like, yeah, they were rank 3. They still are rank 3, and they got sharked. So okay, win game 1, big W for the Sharpedo. That was kind of fun. Yeah, okay. Sharpedo did pretty well there. Someone... VIP? Is someone forcing themselves to play? I don't see where they said that, but yeah. Don't play if you don't want to. I have a rule with Showdown, and that is, unless it's a stream, because I can't ever do streams, but or like, you know, you gotta, I want to do the streams because you guys like those, but like when I'm just playing on my own, if I feel like playing some Pokemon, yeah, I didn't think that'd kill either. Sharpedo was crazy for that one. When I'm just playing on my own and I want to have this, Sharpedo looks great this game. Holy, looks amazing. How much are we doing to a Coco? That's actually, that's okay. That's not that awesome, but it's not bad. Oh, this is our guy. Okay, so we're just gonna start with Lando here. I think that's... Yeah, did they not even give Sharpedo workup? They did not. That's sad. Sharpedo following Crustal's footsteps and lobotomizing opponents on the ladder. I remember that, man. Like that was a crazy day. Like people just kept on losing and it was so weird. Given our Zardwise, I think I have to click boom here. Just to 1v, like, you know, do the double down. I think maybe we go Smackdown instead. That seems better. Pretty sure that kills. Yeah, Smackdown. What am I saying? Smackdown will definitely kill, but okay. All right, so we double downed with the Zard. It hurt, but, you know, I think that was the right call. I feel like they're just going to go Coco here, so I kind of want to counter with Lele. Yep. How did I know? How did I know, guys? Let's just get up a Future Sight here. That seems really strong. Well, but then King Gambit's probably coming in, isn't it? Very well might, at least. Let's Calm Mind, because I think Glow King comes in here, and then we can get it with the big one. Let's just make sure that's the big one. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, this should kill. Yeah, there we go. Gambit comes in, we get good chip on that. That's, oh, Tusk. Tusk is interesting. We do die here. I think we can go Ogre Pawn pretty well. Yeah, they're not killing with a CC based on that damage because they're no attack investment because they have to be no attack to get that speed boost. So yeah, let's just Power Whip here. Let's just Power Whip. Coco is huge. If we can hit this, this is huge. We hit this, beautiful. That's amazing damage. That's amazing damage. And we don't actually die here. I think I'd like to just Ivy Cudgel. Yeah. Okay, cool. I could have gotten up a spike there, but I don't think it's really worth it at this stage. I think we just knock off. That should be fine. Okay, Z, got it. We have to stay in, I think, and just knock off. I don't think we lose this to Dragonite, but, you know, if we do, what are you going to do, right? Okay. It's going to come down to some shenanigans with Terapagos. Yeah, because the Z here will kill a Terapagos. Oh, actually, hold up. Might kill a Terapagos. Sadly, I think we do let go of the Shark. Yeah, okay, it was Inferno Overdrive. Okay, interesting. But yeah, the Sharpedo, as sad as it is, guys, and trust me, that hurt nobody more than me, but it made a lot of sense to let go of Sharpedo there. And I'm pretty sure we can just Flamethrower this, and then we win with Tapu Lele, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah. Actually, does Moonblast kill here? Let's check that Terapagos Flamethrower. That Terapagos Flamethrower indicates that this is that did 63. So this is actually like a no HP King Gambit. So Lele Moonblast is actually killing. Wow. All right. And yeah, Lele Moonblast should just end this game. Yeah. It was sad. Sharpedo was, it made sense for it to be sacrificed there. It really did. Okay, we got another win. Does knockoff with 65 BP? Actually, no, you're right, because knockoff doesn't get the power boost against Z-move users, doesn't it? Yeah, I forget about that sometimes. Okay, yeah, because knockoff, I'm pretty sure. It's just been so long since I've had to deal with Mega Stones. Or Z Stones, excuse me. I'm still getting used to Nat decks, which I know sounds crazy, but... Hold on. Oh, no, but that's... Yeah, so Ivy Cudgel was better there. That's my bad. Sack the featured Mon, not go into Ival? Hold on, that's right. I switch it up. Shark bait, ooh ha ha. Yeah, in this case, our shark was the bait, sadly. HF. Okay, this looks like a great Landorus lead. Yeah, I'm still not feeling great about this team. I feel like we can do better, but it's giving me an idea of how Shark functions and whether it's actually kind of worth it. And I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I think we can just get up a rock. I'm gonna go into Ogre here. If we get U-turned, okay, beautiful. That's totally fine. And I think let's just knock off here. Yeah, Corviknight coming in makes sense. Sure, let's just Ivy Cudgel to get started. Okay, beautiful. We're getting critical hits. And all right, we can knock off here. Okay, Corviknight down. You'll love to see that. It's good stuff. All right. Oh, we have no fairy resist on this team. That's really not good. How did I forget that? Yikes. Well, okay, I'm just going to spike up here, and if it's Scarf, it's Scarf. Actually, I should Power Whip here. What am I doing? Yeah, Psyshock. Okay, makes sense. So it is Scarf. Let's go Lele here. I think we Calm Mind as the Treads comes in, and then we hit it with the big one. All right, yeah, this is going to kill an AV Mola, I'm pretty sure. So, oh my god, it lived. That's insane. That's insane. I had no idea it would survive that. That's I don't even know what to say. I think we low-key win with Sharpedo though. We need rocks though. We need rocks, or we need a little bit of chip on this guy. Can we go Terapagos here? Because Terapagos is not really good for much. Come on, dude. Stop showing me this BS. It doesn't activate the ability either. This calc is not good for Terapagos stuff. Okay, this is fine. We can Rapid Spin here into the Terra Starstorm. Okay, and it didn't even have any BS. Lele dies, right? To a single Sharpedo hit? I think we go Sharpedo now, guys. It's looking like the time is right. It's looking like the time is right, I'm telling you. I'm liking Adamant Sharpedo as well. Your fairy resist is Terapagos, parentheses, limited time only, for real, man. Okay, we can protect. Ogerpon can't yet hit through protect. It might figure it out soon, but it can't do it yet. We can just crunch here. We want another speed boost, so we're going to keep that. I think that sweeps me, huh? I think so. This is actually a very high ladder opponent as well, 1857. We're getting some good opponents tonight. Can Treads live a hit and kill us? Yeah, we definitely mega into Crunch on the Treads. It shouldn't be able to kill us unless it's like Z or like Supercell Slam or something. Supercell, an offensively invested Supercell Slam would do it, I think. 62% to do it from max attack Supercell. But we can also protect and scout. Yeah, that was shocked that Mola survived a +1 Psychium from Lele. Like that's unbelievable stuff. I don't think there's any reason not to just Mega Evolve and Crunch here, so I'm just gonna do that. And this is an AV Mola, right? So like, yeah, I think we kill here. All right, Gallade's gonna come in and die. Cool. This has max HP but 0 defense. This is a fully spit off Mola. Careful, sure, that works. So let's see. Yeah, so Mola does now survive. Okay, they're going into the treads. I'm going to tech tier to scout the Supercell Slam. Okay, it's just going to Earthquake. Let's crunch. If they Supercell Slam us, good on them. They did not have it. Cool. Yeah, we just crunch again here. Guys, you gotta like for Sharpedo doing what it needs to do. Come on. Sharknado is happening before our eyes. I'm just going to crunch here. No reason to play games at this stage. Okay, it had play rough. Fair enough. I think we go Lando EQ here as the move. Because we have knock on Ival, which is really crucial here. Actually, I think I may have misplayed this. Oh, no, because we don't outspeed. I was thinking for some reason we outsped once we knocked the Scarf. So I should not have gone Landorus there. That was a mistake. That was a mistake for sure. So, okay, let's see. They'll go for just the Moonblast here. I think we have to go Ival and... Or can we go our own Lele and then Moonblast into Ival knock? I think that's the play. But if we get dropped, I think we lose the game, is the situation at hand. Yeah, if we get dropped, we lose the game. If we don't get dropped, we win. But yeah, what I should have done is just finish this off with... I should have just gone Ival and SD'd. That would have been the really safe play. So yeah, that was my mistake. For some reason in my head, I was thinking Landorus outspeeds Tapu Lele. I do not know why. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, okay, let's go Lele and hope we don't get dropped. If we don't get dropped, we're good. We got dropped immediately. Cool. Cool. I don't know what to tell you guys. That sucks. Okay, I think now the best chance we have is Ice Punch. So let's do that. That's so lame. That's so freaking lame. Yeah, that's super irritating. That's so annoying, dude. I could have just gone to Ival and SD, so I totally threw that game. Sharpedo did great. That was entirely my fault. But yeah, the drop there was pretty irritating. We did just win without that. We did just win without that. But, of course, better playing could have saved me from that bad situation. So, you know. Mistakes were made. Yeah, someone says, yeah, with how Sharpedo's been consistently punching holes, it may be good to see what Pokemon appreciate Sharpedo instead of what Sharpedo appreciates. Maybe so. Yeah, that was pretty tragic. The throw into the bad luck. It was a Scarf Lele, so that wasn't the law. It was a Scarf Lele. The tragedy was just the drop. The drop was what really killed us. Okay, let's think about this because we need a fairy resist. You can't have a team with 2 fairy weeks, no resists. Like that's not good. That's part of what had us in such trouble there. I always want to fit a Volcarona onto a team because it's a Volcarona. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. Hmm. Why not knock the Scarf plus Lele speed tie? Because that would have ended up with the game being a 50-50. Whereas if I didn't get dropped by Moonblast, it has 70% chance to win. So 70% versus 50%, I took the 70% route. Yeah, and then lost, as you saw. What do we do about fairy types, man? That's tough. Probably just a Volcarona, right? I mean, that's how they did it back in the day. I'm not seeing that we need Hazard Stack, which is kind of funny. So maybe we can ditch like an Ogerpon. How does that? Where does that? Let's try that. Well, but then I guess we can run an HDB Volcarona. Let's go with the Subswarm. I still think that's just so good. We'll go with 3. Well, sure. Let's just throw it all in there. Let's give this a go. Oh, come on. Keep going to OU. I don't think Melmetal would be really what we're looking for. I think Volcarona, yeah, since you have... We go from Olo addiction to Volca addiction. I mean, guys, look. Volcarona, busted. If you want to win, use it. That's what you got to do. Oh, PS crashed, so it wasn't my Wi-Fi? That's cool. I'm wondering if we put this Sharpedo on offense instead of HO. Might be better. Let's lead Lando. Oh, I probably should have seen that there's a Shuckle here. Maybe we should have done some stuff differently, but I feel like we're kind of okay in this situation. Let me start off with a Stealth Rock. Okay, it's going to Toxic and miss. We like to see that. Let's just Earthquake it. Okay, it'll get up its webs as it does. But I think we have quite a bit to fight back against webs. But that Ceruledge is really going to stop our spin forever, isn't it? Probably, yeah. Let's just EQ. Okay, you do you, man. Let's smack this down. I think we smack it down, and then we... I think I'm going to smack down again. I think I sense the Zard. Okay, it's going to be Tusk. That's not what we wanted to see, is it? How much did that do? That did 3, so it's doing about what we'd expect. We probably just go for the big explosion here. Ceruledge kind of rolls our entire team. That's not good. But like if it's Flash Fire, we actually we're in such trouble. Like that wall's Terrapagos, that wall's Volcarona. It outspeeds and kills everything. Like we are in such trouble with this Ceruledge. We need Sharpedo to bail us out. Let's just click boom. Let's get that. Why did that tell me it was doing like 0 on the calc? Oh, I was looking at Earthquake. Okay. I think it has to be... Well, we can go Volcarona and Fire and Flamethrower here. Let's do that. Okay, we kill the Tusk. Cool. That's good. It's always good. This has got to be Scarf, right? Surely nobody's got it in them to go into this if it's not Scarf here. I'm going to go Terrapagos on this. Yeah, Aqua Cutter. It's got to be Scarf. Okay, and it's Ice Beam, I guess. I mean, actually, no. Let's if we're gonna, well, how much is Ice Beam doing to a Ceruledge? Is that like even worth it? Is it even worth it? What if we went Sharpedo right here? How much is an Atrod Aqua Cutter doing to Sharpedo? That is doing so much. Oh my god. We cannot live that. Okay. Let's Ice Beam then. Ceruledge comes in. Okay, that's honestly not bad damage at all. But can Ival live 2 Bitter Blades? It cannot. So we are going to... I think we have to let the Terapagos go here. We're just going to eat some Bitter Blades. It's CC'd! Couldn't even begin to tell you why it did that. That's a silly play. But we can go Ival now. I think, is the play. If it's... The problem is, if Sharpedo... We could go in with that and protect. But if it's Jolly, then we're in trouble. Because we need the speed boost. We need more than one speed boost to win this game with Sharpedo. I think Ival is the right play here. I think we can go into this and just click knockoff. I think that's the best course of action here. Okay, 57. That did. So that was probably Jolly. So good thing we didn't go Sharpedo there. That would have been bad. You can see here, Aqua Cutter. I think now is the time to go Sharpedo. I think we can win if we go Sharpedo here. Doesn't Ival low-key sweep? No, because Sticky Web. Come on, guys. You talk about webs all the time. Don't you know how they work? I tell you. I can't imagine you ever go in on a Volcarona if you don't have something. Okay, cool. Perfect. I think we're all set. I do want to protect again on this. Because I don't... Yep, Custap. That's what I'm thinking. That would have been tragic. Good thing we protected again. All right, now we crunch. And now I think we're about to get a very nice Sharpedo win here. You can just protect. Let's Mega Evolve just in case it's like Choppleberry or something and we need the damage to kill. But we should be good here. Yeah, like you can switch around all you want. I don't think you ever... Yeah, you're never getting out of this one. Yeah, you're Air Balloon, bro. You just die here. Yep. Yes, sirree. Sharpedo, you've done it again. You've done it again. How is this Pokemon good? Like, how is this Pokemon actually good right now? I did not see that coming. When I sacked the Ival and sweeped with the featured Mon. That's right. That's how we do it here. That is how we do it in these parts. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful stuff. That was incredible. Oh, that felt great, guy. Why is this Pokemon like actually really solid? I honestly thought this would be kind of a meme stream. Not really, because I know Sharpedo deserves some respect, but I didn't think it'd be very good. But this is, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Okay, probably going to be dealing with Grimmsnarl shenanigans. Lele looks amazing here. I don't want to have to deal with screens plus Mega Altaria, though, and that's my fear. I think we lead Lele and just Calm Mind, because I think that might lead to a straight-up win. Would Dark Pulse or Earth Power and Terapagos help with the Ceruledge MU? It very much would. Might be a good idea. I'm going to start with a Moonblast here, because I think it'll light screen, and then I think we'll Calm Mind. But yeah, we can say like EP on Terapagos for Cerulege. Probably over Ice Beam, or probably over Flamethrower, excuse me. Okay, yep, there's the expected light screen. We can Calm Mind here. You always reflect or switch. Yeah, okay, and now we can just Moonblast. Yeah, the point of this is just that we don't get swept by Volcarona or Altaria, both of which are real concerns. We have not yet encountered Bolt. I don't think Bolt's like that huge of an issue with the Volcarona and the Lele and the Lando and all that, so it's not like I'm not terrified of that possibility. That Moonblast did how much? Did what we'd expect for defensive sets. So this is probably actually a defensive Feeny. As much as I don't want to let Lele take damage, it does seem a bit foolish to switch out here. And I don't think we really have another option, so I'm going to Calm Mind. Okay. This is actually worrisome. This is actually worrisome. How much are we doing with... How much... Because this thing's going to start bulking up and power tripping. Let me go Volcarona immediately. Yeah, okay. This is power trip. I think we Quiver Dance here is fine. Well, let's check. Okay, power trip here. Okay, we're still fine on damage. If it's Brave Bird power trip, that could be bad, but I don't think it will be. Okay, they're going to go Altaria. All right, this is where things get a little dicey. This is where things get a little dicey. Because Mega just... Oh. But if I just Quiver Dance up with it... I think this is the play. I think we stay in and do this. Yeah, we QD again. And then we can finish off with like a Lando Boom or something. Okay, this is pretty good timing, honestly. This works. We have a good chance to kill here. Oh my gosh, that is maximum special defense. Yeah, this Altaria is maximum SPDF. So, okay, good to know. Now we know. Yeah, let's check that Volcarona calc. I think that was actually like dead max. Because we're Swarm. Yeah, okay, wow. Okay, well we can go... Landorus here against max HP still kills, so we go Lando here, and we can just EQ. And now the Corviknight seed is gone. Despite the fact that we lost Volcarona, I feel like we're actually in a really good spot. I'm happy with how that turned out. Oh, wow. Okay, we just outspeed directly. Cool. I'll take that. Let's EQ this. Okay, wow, Grimmsnarl just not even going to get up a Reflect. Beautiful. Everyone in chat preying on my downfall, not realizing I've got this on lock. Feeny is sad there. If I wish they went into Corv so I could have smacked it down, but all right, let's go hard Lele on this. And I think we just Calm Mind. Yo, what? Ain't no way. No way. Who does that? Who has that? There's no way. Are you light screen? Oh my God, what? Like, what? I think we go Ival and I SD up and start close combating it before it can do any damage with Power Trip. I think that's the move. That's insane though. Like, what are we? I guess I don't know, man. Maybe I should have seen it coming. Let's just knock off. It's probably Z, right? Oh no, Keyberry. Okay. Interesting. Based on that knockoff damage, it took from that knockoff 57. So I think this is bold absolute max defense Volcarona. I think it has 0 special attack. I think it is 252, 252 for that knockoff to do that little. 57, but we still kill with a CC here. So we're going to go for that. Good. We do get the kill. We do get burned. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I think we can Sharpedo this team pretty soon. We absolutely knock off this BS, this light clay nonsense. Terrain extend. I probably should have paid attention. I'm sure that terrain extender was relevant earlier. So that's my foolishness there. Let's SD again. Yeah, I think you still take too much here, Corviknight. That's, oh, that's what I thought, buddy. That is what I thought. Yeah, Iron Valiant in the house. Iron Valiant in the house. Also, we wouldn't have lost to the Volcarona earlier because we had Sash Smackdown Lando, so. Wow. They're cooked now. I don't know what, like it's finally over. You had some scary moments, Leaf Green 0, but it's your reign of terror has come to an end, okay? Your reign of terror has come to an end. You can't keep this up. Do I play Gen 8? Not anymore. I loved it when it was the main gen, but I only really play the main gen. Guys, remember, like the stream. Let's get Sharpedo everywhere. Yeah, okay, Clodsire, sure. This thing's going to start doing some, like, curse BS, but we have a Lele. Like, we'll be fine. Let's Ice Punch and see if it's unaware. It is unaware. Yeah, let's just go hard Lele here. And do the Shattered Psyche. Yep, that'll do it. I'm so done with this guy's BS. GG. All right. That was he had me going for a minute there. But yeah, as Zalden Cromness says, that's right. Pinka not getting goobed by a Corv tonight. That is right. At least not that game. Not that game. But yeah, Sharpedo would have been solid that game if we ever had to bring it out, but we didn't need to. Corv friends, we're gonna get him next time. Okay. HF. All right. I kind of like Lando lead again, just because there's a Diancie, and max attack Lando isn't that common, so we can probably kill it, whatever it is. So that's kind of the automatic appealing option. What's going to actually win this game? I really like the look of Sharpedo. Looks incredible this game. If we can chip that Diancie, I mean, I love Terapagos as well. I feel like we're just in a good spot here. Lele can, no psychic immunity, so Lele can just like drop a nuke at some point. I mean, the only thing about this matchup that's even like slightly bad looking is that they have a Scizor for our Ival, but this seems pretty good. No, we're not, are we? No, I think we're 4-1. We're 4-1. We're doing really well though. We've only lost one game to a throw, which is pretty good. Oh, it's Lyra. How did I not notice? Oh yeah, guys, wait, only 24 likes? There's no way it's that low. Oh, there are 86. Okay, it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm EQing immediately. Oh, it's super fat, Diancie. Okay, all right. Fair enough. I didn't know you were built like that. That is one of the very few Pokemon that can, take on... Do we preserve Lando? I kind of want to. But then what do we switch into here? I think we do preserve Lando. Let's go Terapagos here. And let's Rapid Spin. No, Sharpedo does not look bad here. I don't know what you're talking about. We can... Does Flamethrower kill here? But this is like super HP invested to take that Lando hit. It probably kills. Let's just go for one. Oh my gosh, it's Max Spadef Diancie and we got absolutely cooked and I'm garbage. That's so tragic. Yeah, it's... Dude, like, Matt, are you serious, Lyra? What are we doing? All right, let me just knock here. That'll kill. Holy. Oh, because it's... Oh, no! Because it's AV. It's AV? Because of course it's a megalopony. My brain not processing anything today. I'm ashamed of that one. Weirdly enough, as absolutely sad and pathetic as my performance was, I still think we have such a good matchup that we're probably okay here. Yeah, I should have known. Like, no one's going to bring a base form Lopunny, but I didn't even process that. I'm just going to CC. Okay, oh, we survive. That's good. I'm going to go Lele here. I think we just dropped the big one. Let's do it. Yeah, I still think we're in a good position. Please don't be a max spit F Scizor too. Okay, thank God. That would have been. I don't know what I would have done, guys. I would have had to crash out. Let's go Landorus here. Stone at Life Orb. Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. I think, how much is Heavy Slam doing to Lele now with -1? Still has a chance to kill. Gosh. Holy, dude. What is that? How much is Sharpedo doing? But that's in terrain, so we can't count on that either. I think I see the path here. We have to sack Ival. Then go Landorus, and I think we have to sack Lando, and then we go Lele. Oh, it is a base form Lopunny, because they had, this is just such cheese, dude. What am I doing? Like, what are we doing here? What game are you playing? Okay, I'm so confused by whatever nonsense this is. Mixed Ival won the game right here, except it already used its booster energy, so it would just die to the Zama, but yeah. Zama friends, this is your moment. There's like, what are you talking about? You're like proud of like an actual top tier Pokemon for like, I don't understand the Zama friends thing. Okay, Healing Wish, that's not great. That's not great for us. If Zama comes in, I'm going hard Sharpedo though. I'm going hard Sharpedo. You can't stop me. And we got Stone Edged and we died? Excuse me? Okay, I guess that killed there. All right, well. That's irritating. We probably lose now. Maybe it doesn't have Heavy Slam. That's a possibility at this point. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility at this point. Okay, there's a Stone Edge miss. We somehow don't kill, which is wild. I think we actually do sack. Do we sack the Volcarona here? Do we sack the Volcarona here, or do we just keep clicking? How much is Tusk taking from a +1 flamethrower? Probably done. I think we can probably Calm Mind here. Okay, we get critical hit. All right, well, I guess I can't really complain. Well, no, I kind of can complain about that because we would have been alive instead of in this situation. And it's head smash, right? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, all right. I guess we'll say GG. That was super irritating. I messed that one up. I just should have... yeah, I should have realized it was like a cheese team with a ton of megas and known it was not Mega Diancie, but... Yeah, that was just super annoying. I mean, with the gimmick, it's also rough when like your opponent knows your team. I don't like facing Lyra on these lives. It's just always some freaking like just massive cheesy team. Anyway, though, is what it is. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna just continue. Yeah, that was super bad luck, though. Honest, like if we that critical hit meant a ton. Because if they just hit the Stone Edge, we would have been alive. We would have been like, yeah, we lost to bad plays and really bad RNG, which just sucks. Should not have lost that one. Sacking the Volk would have kept Lele at full health, but no, like that Stone Edge crit absolutely screwed us over. Because the Tusk would have had to go Lele. We could have QD'd. We would have won the game. So yeah, that was that Stone Edge critical hit absolutely screwed us over. No, Sharpedo did not just win. It can't one-shot a Tusk. Okay. Flinch Hacks is great, is who we're facing. Sharpedo looks pretty good here. I do really want to get up rocks. I think we lead Lando. Looks fine, and I just want to set up rocks. Okay. Knock. So this is probably an AV Mola. I'm just going to EQ. Seems fine. Okay. Let's Smackdown. And now let's rock up. Caracosta, Sticky Barb. Okay, okay. Let's EQ this thing. To each their own, I guess. Smackdown again, all right. All right, let's EQ now. I couldn't tell you what our opponent's doing. I couldn't begin to explain what my opponent is cooking here. Like, that's taking a lot, dude. Your Mola is not liking this treatment. Let's EQ again. Yeah, I didn't think they'd go Corv there. Okay, so Mola's basically gone, so this is good. I think I want to keep this around. Let's go Volk here. Probably can't do anything because of the Clawed anyway. Okay, they're going to immediately go for knockoff, which is wild. We can go into Ival, though, which looks really good. And let's check that Volcarona damage, that knockoff. I think that's just normal. No, that's Choice Banded. That's CB. Okay. Is that really CB? Volcarona to take that? Yeah, I guess that was CB. So we can SD here, I think. Should be pretty good. All right, let me Ice Punch. If this thing's like some like counter. Okay, no, it wasn't counter. It was Water Absorb, and we just immediately kill it. We might just win the game here. Brave Bird would kill us, so let's just CC, and if we get Brave Birded, we get Brave Birded. Oh, it's going to U-turn. Okay, this is looking good. I mean, Caracosta, the Sticky Barb will transfer to Ival when we kill the Caracosta, but it's like, you know, how much does that really get you? We knock off here for sure. Okay, it just dies. Cool. And we don't get burned. It might have been Swarm, might not have. This guy's team is just not, it's not doing so hot. Okay, we get Aqua Jet and we get the Sticky Barb, but I think we still... No, we don't win. We don't quite win yet. Ewok Penguin, Sharpedo does not one-shot Great Tusk, and it dies to a Headlong Rush. So no, Sharpedo did not just win. Okay. Let's just CC here. No reason to do anything else. Mola's going to come in, sure. Let's end it with Sharpedo. Why not? Does Play Rough kill us? Almost, somehow. Cool. And we can kill Meowscarada. We actually don't need to... We don't need to Mega Evolve, so we won't reveal that. GG. All right, that's good. We're like 5-1 now, which is pretty good. Yeah, that was that I don't know what my opponent was cooking that game. They just catching L's like crazy. All right, time to see how we face up against a Raging Bolt. I don't really know how this game's going to go, but I think we should just start with Landorus. Hey, Pinka, I don't know your team. Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. Okay, it's going to be a double Lando lead. Let's just get up our rocks. Yeah, like rocks aren't that bad for us to deal with either, which is fine. So, Lele against an Aegislash. We could just go boom right here. It's timid max. We could, but I don't really want to let it go for... this is tough. I don't want to let something die, though. I don't want to go Ival, because that actually looks good. This is tough. There's no great solution here. I think we count on, but I don't want to let Lando die, but I think we have to. Let's just do it. Okay, hopefully they don't get up rocks here. They don't get up rocks. That's good. I think we go Lele here and just Psyshock. I think that's our best course of action. Okay. I think we have to CM here. I think we're probably gonna just get like poisoned. Okay, CC. We like to see that. That's good. I'm going to see him again on the King Shield. That's right. And then we're going to nuke this thing. That is a gone Aegislash. Bro is not surviving that one. Lopunny cannot kill me here, can it? %. I don't think that's a risk we can afford to take. And that's jolly, so let's go Ival here. Oh, but now it just kills us with quick attack. What was I thinking? I don't know, let's CC and hope it doesn't have quick attack, I guess. Let's check that return. That is adamant. Yeah, so Lele would have Lele would have gotten smoked there. Yeah, it's looking like this team, our opponent's team right now feels like kind of an unwinnable matchup. Raging Bolt is rough. Raging Bolt is rough. Which makes sense that it would be, but we might have to add in some more for that. Yeah, I think just CCing here seems fine. Oh, they bring in the Bolt. Wow, okay. Let's go hard Lele here. I'm so confused as to why they do that. I don't understand that play at all. What elo are they at? 1801. So they're good. Oh my god, and they caught us on that. That's insane. That's freaking nuts. All right, we can let go of Ival here. Sharpedo can come in. How much is Landorus taking? After an Intimidate. Is this Intimidated? Okay, so let's protect here then. Yeah, this seems like a tough matchup. Okay, yeah, just going all-O is safe and makes a ton of sense. There's not really anything I could have done to prevent that play. We can crunch here and hope for like a drop, but yeah, we're cooked. This matchup is not doable. They got the all-O. I should have added that to the list of things Sharpedo hates. Alomomola. Yeah, like all-O. Yeah, no, I don't feel like this is a winnable matchup in any scenario. Yeah, I don't see what we do here. Yeah, no, this matchup just seems impossible. We got a double Prio Megalop to kill every sweeper. We got the Raging Bolt as well. Allo to stop the Shark. Yeah, this is not doable. We can try to Ice Beam Freeze. That's pretty much where we're at, is trying to Ice Beam Freeze stuff. I could maybe no, because like there's a Terrapago, so we can't even cheese anything with Volcarona. This is just so over. We have to Ice Beam Freeze stuff. That's where we're at. Yeah, I hate playing teams with unwinnable matchups, and this is one of them. Okay, there we go. This is how it starts. We can Terra Starstorm here. Okay, we can. We'll Terra Starstorm again. All right, this is good. This is good. Let's get terrain established. Oh, you returned there. Why? I don't think you have CC then. Nobody... Like, are you seriously no... Okay, you had it. You just clicked return on a Terrapagos, which could have killed you when you were in a super dominant position for absolutely no reason. That's... I don't... What are you... Juice Par, what are you on? Oh my god. All right, let's sub here. I guess, on the Toxic. And okay, they just flipped. I had to predict whether they'd flip turn or Toxic. I mean, it is what it is. GG. Yeah, this was a super unwinnable game. There was no amount of playing that could have gotten me out of this. Lopunny kills everything. Yeah. As is Lopunny, as is Mola, as is Bolt. Like, basically that entire team was just basically one big threat list. Yeah. There was absolutely nothing I could have done about that one. What do we do to make a Sharpedo team that doesn't just fold when it sees something like this? I don't understand why you clicked return there. I guess worried about Flame Body Volcarona, but like that was just a super unnecessary play. Like you did not need to do that to get a guaranteed win. No, I don't think he was stream sniping. I don't think. I'm pretty sure they were making plays too fast to be stream sniping. I don't think, yeah, I think, I couldn't tell you why they did that. Like, because that was just a bad play. Like you did not need to do that. You were guaranteed to win unless you made a ridiculous play like throwing away Lopunny. So TBF, you sacked the check to all those Mons. Unless it was, you think a Landorus? You think a Landorus? You realize Scrappy blocks and Timid. This dude takes like 70 from a return. High, you are high. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, no. I did not sack the checks. We didn't have anything to begin with. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we need something for Lopunny. Why are people saying we need... What the heck would Lando have done for us last game? First of all, which Pokemon would you have sacked to the lead SD Lando on their side? Second of all, how... Just tell me, Aaron or higher, anyone that's saying this, how exactly would Landorus have gotten me out of that situation? Walk me through it. Like, would it have somehow just taken 20% from Lopunny returns instead of like for the Bolt? Like, what would switching into Bolt wasn't like the end of the world. We had to try. Guys, that was like not even close to being a winnable endgame. I don't think you realize how far that was from a win. Landorus being alive would not have done anything, and to keep Landorus alive, we would have had to sack something on like turn 2. So no. Okay. Juice Bar, welcome. You made some nutty plays I'm not sure about, but for the most part, you played pretty solidly. But yeah, this team cannot be Raging Bull. We've got to have another solution there somehow. Wait, I started this team in OU. I still do like... Well, the Lele hasn't been all that, has it? I don't know if they're... I don't think they're rage baiting is the thing. I think it's real. But okay, let's see here. Yeah, maybe we need like a Zama. Maybe we go Zama instead of Ival. I think that could be helpful. I mean, that's a start, but like that doesn't help us with the Mola tragedy. Maybe we need to bring back the Ogre Pawn. But like how? What do we do here? How do we bring back the Ogre Pawn? How does it fit? I don't think it does is the problem. What stopped you set Psychic Terrain up to stop priority? The fact that an Olo could just come and PP stall like anything I could bring in, and then Terrain would be gone, and then Lopunny would kill everything. Would Pharaoh work? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking of transitioning to more of like an offense build with a Pharaoh instead of this kind of hyper offense. One thing you could do here is like Frothorn Goldengo or like Ogre Pawn Gold. I really did like Lele, but I think we should give something like this a try. It should function similarly. It should function similarly. Let's give this a go. Oh, this is super still weak to Lopunny, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Should we start? Like choice band, we go expert belt. Let's go expert belt. CC, but then Olo. We've got more against Olo. I think we'll probably hopefully be okay. Let's give this a go. We could just go banded. But I don't think that works that well on a team this offensive. Heavy Slam and Stone Edge, I think is fine. I think we're good enough against Gliscor that we don't need anything more here. Let's see if this works. The problem is, well, it kind of still, Mole is still sort of a huge issue, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. We got rid of Lele, so now we're weaker to Bolt. Yep, you're exactly right. Yep, you're exactly right. I'm not naming it Zama Friend, no. How much can Lopunny do? Lopunny Mega. How much can Lopunny do to a Fizz Def? One of these guys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe a Fizz Def one. Raging Bolt. So it's Raging Bolt, Lopunny, and Mola. As good as Volcarona was, let's try turning this into a Glow King kind of offense team. Let's give it a go. Over Volcarona. Do we want to go HTB or do we want to go like Black Sludge Trick or something stupid? Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, Chilly Reception. Could go Toxic. Could just throw that on. Could go Toxic Spikes. That's not bad either. Kind of like that. I don't think we need Future Sight because we got a Lele. So let's go... Go Thunderwave. This is a weird set, but I want to try it. It's not 9. I don't know if this will be a step up from Volk, because it's kind of weird to be placing this in the middle of an HO team, but it kind of turns us into an offense. Maybe it's valid. Although, no, I do think we need to go... Actually, no. We're going to go... We're going to go Future Sight, and then we're going to add a Zama. I weirdly think we keep the Lando as is, though. This is a super whack team, but let's just give it a go. Yeah, we still run Psychic Fangs on the Shark. Whatever we do with Lele. It's just really good. I think I want to lead Slowking here and just see if I can get up a T-Spike. Our Fire Resist is Sharpedo. That's not good. Okay, that got the lead right. All right, Banded. Okay. Our Water Resist is also Sharpedo. That's really bad news. Well, I think Zama can live. Let's go Zama here. Unless CC as the Corv comes in and we die. No, I don't think Sharpedo's bad. It's just really not helpful against, like, fat teams. It's really there for the offense. Okay, wow. All right. Fair enough. Kill. Do we just... No, we don't lose to this because we can go to Rapagos. Rapid Spin does not... Oh, it does kill. Yeah. How badly do we want this chipped? I don't think we want it that chipped that. It's into... Okay, it's Defiant. All right, cool. Let's rock up here. Let's do this a couple more times. Okay, they got us. I'm going to go Shark and just CC. We don't kill Core. This is so sad. We're screwed. It's over. Yeah, no, what are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? We're just out here losing. Yeah, no, this is so over. There's the defog. Yep. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. Maybe full team Sharpedo sweep, but like Garchomp's gonna live, so probably not. Let's go Lele here. All right, at least we got that. We can. What can we do? We can Moonblast here. Blaze comes. Yeah, makes sense. Let's go Shark, I guess. We get burned. All right, GG. It didn't matter. The burn didn't matter. We were losing that game anyway. Yeah, this is not it. The Glow King thing is not it here. Amoonguss? Oh, okay, no. You can't have a Pokemon that passive on an offense team. It's not going to work. Okay, what have we learned? Really good against offensive teams. Olo, Corv, Birds, and it sucks and does nothing. Super inconsistent. Yeah. Randoming, nope. Unfortunately, I do not know enough about Gen 3 to really advise on that. But I do think starting with always with kind of how you're actually going to make progress is good, regardless of the generation. Yeah. I think something as inconsistent as Sharpedo, I think the answer is Hyper Offense. Oops. Just different from this Hyper Offense. Because this cannot beat what we needed it to beat. So what would help? Let me run a calc here. Flip turn. If we go... No, we still take way too much. HO is the answer, and I think Sharpedo can work on HO. We just need to revise a little bit how we do it. But I think this is doable. I really do think this is doable. I'm believing in the Shark. It performed super well early on, and it threatens so much with big damage. And inconsistency is acceptable in HO teams, and it provides kind of a single-use immediate speed like iVal. I'm not going to try Web. Don't rage bait me. See, but like, here's the problem with rage baiting. I don't know if it's someone actually who thinks Web is a good idea or if they're trying to infuriate me. Because if I accuse someone of rage baiting me and they had a legitimate idea, how sad is little Timmy going to be when I accuse them of rage baiting? Right? Like, that's... I don't want to be that guy, but like, I just don't know. Cassio Antunes, were you trying to rage bait me? Be honest. HO, well, yeah, HO is always inconsistent in every meta, but I think if you build it well, it can work still pretty solidly. And I think it's good enough against other HO that it's worth using. I do think we want Lele, is the other thing. We probably do want Lele. Prio avoiding is very nice. And it helps break fat. Okay, see, Cassio was not trying to rage bait. Apparently. So, like, see, now I'm just being mean. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I want to assume people are being real. But no, we don't want to run... Why Sash? Like, because it's a lead. Like, what do you... Yeah. Bruh. Okay. So tough, man. The problem with that game was like the Allo plus the Rage. It was all three of them. Maybe I'm just being dramatic and we just got to ignore the fact that that's just one terrible matchup. But I just don't like having a even with H. I like my HO teams to be consistent. It's hard to do, but it's possible. We're not running a Masquerade. Juan, I know you're rage baiting me. No, you have nothing to be sorry for, Cassio. But yeah, we don't want to run webs with a speed boost Pokemon because it's just not good. Dude, what do we do? What do we do here? Slash rage bait would help me out a lot, but I think some people would leave it out intentionally because they enjoy seeing me crash out. What the frick? Like, what do we do? Lopunny is such a menace. Maybe we turn this into a veil. I'm just gonna, what if we did this? I'm modifying a copy, right? Okay, cool. Let's just try this really quickly. Maybe Sharpedo just isn't that good on Veil. I feel like there are probably better Megas to be running is the thing. Yeah, no. There've got to be better Megas for this. I don't think we do this. Why not Treads over Terapagos? Because that doesn't do anything. That's not really a problem we were having. Coco does outspeed Megalops, so there is that. I guess it does theoretically help against a lot of the stuff we're struggling with, but I don't know. We could like combine this into Treads and then add on a D-Knight as elite, so I guess that could work. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Iron Treads and then Dragonite. Let's go with loaded dice. We can go sub, DD, scale shot, fire punch. This gives us something that's good against Bolt and can set up on Allo, so that's kind of good. Booster. Yeah, actually that Treads idea was not too bad. EP Steel Beam. It's kind of allows it to condense things a little bit. Let's give this a run and just see. Well, let's go HP invested on this. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, if Sharpedo got SD, I would absolutely put it on Veil. Is Mega Sharpedo... Oh no, come on, Porygon. HF. Okay. I kind of just want to lead D-Knight. Slowbro lead? Alright, that's kind of weird. We can go hard treads on that. Yeah, okay, T, sure. Alright. Fine with that. What do we do here? Could go hard Lele. Could just EP. Volcarona just looks incredible this game. I think I just want to EP and then we can go. Okay, that's not great. Well, actually, we can EP here. Then we can go into the shark. Sharpedo is looking amazing this game. If we can ever kill that bolt, we're in business. Okay, we get that one. Let's protect here and scout. I guess we go Lele here. Okay, I'm going to go back into shark. What? Why? Okay, well, all right. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. I'm going to bug buzz here. Okay. Let's go for that. Yeah, why not, right? I mean, yeah, sure. Like who, right. Because you would. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's go IVAL on this, I guess. Let's SD. Yeah. What, like, I'm sorry, like, what? I just, what? Why? I just, like, why'd you click T-Bolt on a Lele? Raging Bolt was like your best Pokemon. I, all right, I don't know. I don't know why. It's probably gonna be Colbur into T-Wave, I'm thinking. That seems just about right. All right, we're gonna SD again. Can we kill Iva? Oh, okay, we're just gonna Ice Punch. If you're not Colbur, you do die here. Okay, they just die there. Their helmet though, so Gambit Sucker will kill. No, only if it's glasses though, which it might not be. So I'm gonna CC if they go into Gambit. No, like Sharpedo would have done great. I just don't understand why you'd Thunderbolt a Lele there. That was like an absolutely. I just don't understand. I guess it was a hard read, but I don't know. I think it's an AV Gambit on this. Well, it was a spit. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we're just going to attack. Okay, Iva, you do die here, bro. Is it worth? I think Ice Punch is the play here with the 92% kill chance. Yeah, okay. Now I think we go Lele. Then we can Moonblast. Okay, we get that's lucky. Let's just do the Shattered Psyche. Okay. Then we can Moonblast, and then we can kill with Ivel. All right, cool, GG. 18-19. I think, yeah, that's the end of the stream. We'll wrap it up there. I mean, we did gain Elo ultimately, so that's good. I'm pretty sad to see what happened to the shark. But yeah, that was something. Maybe Terrain Extender Lele. Lele, probably not due to tech, though. I almost wonder if we need close combat, because we didn't use that often. Sub Sharpedo over CC for Thunderclap. and Olo could be an approach, but then we can't really kill King Gambit, which is tough. Have something to chip Gambit. No, no, I'm not upset right now. I just like people have been making whack plays today, but no, the chatters didn't upset me. They're all good. Um, I just yeah, wow, dude, what was people are just making some like insane plays that I just did not understand. Which is like it's like we sometimes ended up winning anyway, but yeah. Yeah, it's just Raging Bolt really. Like that's everything else it can get past pretty well, but like Raging Bolt is the problem. I think we need Scythangs. I don't think we can drop that. But like sub, the problem is sub doesn't actually fix the Alamamola problem. It breaks with two flip turns, and then like you don't actually. I mean, it fixes the Raging Bolt problem. Sub does fix the Raging Bolt problem, but not the Olo issue. So it's like you put sub on just for Raging Bolt, really, which sounds not all that great. Not all that great at all, really. I'm trying to think if there's any like lesson we can take away from this. Any any fix that would work here. Veil, maybe. But then it stalls Veil turns too, so I feel like that's not probably not it either. Maybe Raging Bolt makes it too inconsistent. Because you can get Protect for Lop, and, you know, other Prio doesn't do that much, but, you know, we resist Bullet Punch. Why does Sub not help against Olo? Because Olo still takes 0 and just flip turns, comes back in, wishes, flip turns again. Yeah. Like, Sharpedo started doing great. But then Raging Bolt is on offensive teams. So it's like it's good against offense, except when it suddenly is absolutely terrible against offense and does nothing. I mean, that's not. Yeah, it just, but it also did great against some balances. So it seems like maybe Sharpedo is just, yeah, maybe it is just a matchup fish. I think HO is the only way. Maybe Veil, maybe just some wacky, cheesy HO. Perhaps bulky leftovers Volcarona to take advantage of Bolt that Thunderclap it. I feel like there's a way because Sharpedo was performing pretty well for a little bit. I think there's a way, but we're going to have to be play it pretty careful. I think it's going to be a team like this, but probably not this. But okay, guys, thank you very much for attending. I'm going to try to time this right. We will end this in 3, 2, 1.